Boom shakalaka. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone else. It's great to have you for a new episode of Jackpot tonight. Early edition today, Gary. Early edition. Why are we going on so early?
This is our office. We're streaming live from the Boom Fantasy headquarters for the first time, and we're excited to be together in the same room, one screen. A little too close to each other, but we're here for you guys to have a good time.
Yeah, so thanks for joining us. For those of you who are watching Jackpot tonight for the first time, I can't even say this is a daily show. We haven't done it in a few days, but this is a show we often do when one of the jackpots gets to crazy levels. And that's what the Mighty Dollar is today. The Mighty Dollar jackpot is up to nearly $2,000, $1,911. Normally it's around $200, $300. It starts at $100. So the Mighty Dollar jackpot is just at a crazy amount right now.
Yeah, so the Mighty Dollar jackpot is designed to have 2 or 3 winners a week, and we've gone, I think, 7 or 8 days at this point. And the more nobody wins day over day, kind of the more people who throw entries at it, just because the prize is bigger, and it's kind of ballooned up to over $1,900. And today's going to be no exception, with a lot of people taking their shot to take down this jackpot.
If we have a solo winner tonight, it will be the largest solo winner in dollar jackpot history. We've had one single jackpot at the Mighty Dollar level that was bigger. It was $2,165 that was split by 2 players. I want to say that was about a month ago, a little over a month ago.
Yeah, that was during the Olympics.
Yeah, so Call Me Clive 22 and Mr. G split that jackpot. But again, if someone wins it tonight, if someone wins it alone tonight, it'll be the biggest by far. Those guys, I think they took about $1,080 apiece. So this will be $1,911. I can't imagine there's more value that you could get for $1 on fantasy today.
No, I mean, this really is the best value in fantasy sports today. It's significantly less likely than 1 in 1,900 to win this contest. So, I mean, when you're playing today, there's really good value here, and I'm almost shocked that it's gone on so long, but yesterday we had over 400 entries. I expected a winner. It didn't happen, but today I think might be the day, and it's definitely a good opportunity. And for only $1, there's just so many opportunities today. We had round 1 of the Masters this morning, and we had a bunch of people who went 3 or 4. A lot of people who got the lightning bolt question correct, and I think we finished with 5 or 6 people who went 3 or 4 in the early part today between that and baseball. And there were another 10 or 20 people who were really close and missed Woods' score by a stroke or 2. So it's a lot of people are close. Tonight we have 3 NBA slates and 1 more MLB slate. So I think as we see the night go on, we'll see more people firing away at this contest.
Yeah, so you should never leave us. You should always watch us until we're finished. But the one exception would be if you wanted to get a Mighty Dollar jackpot ticket into the Warriors-Pacers game. That has 8 minutes about and change before that locks. About 100 of you have already entered. That will just be a fun game in general. Even more fun when you can win nearly $2,000. And again, for you new players, Mighty Dollar Jackpot is just one of many jackpots we do. In fact, one of 7 jackpots we do. It's arguably our most popular, though we've got a few new ones that could rival that soon. And you answer 4 questions. You need to get them all 4 right to win the jackpot. But if nobody wins it, the prize goes up. And so we started at $100. Again, now it's up to $1,900. Huge value for your money. Super fun, super exciting. But we've got a range of jackpots, all the way up to, if you want to put up $4 and answer 9 questions, you have a chance to win $1 million, which again, not many places you can win $1 million on any given night.
No, I don't know of any other place, Steve. I mean, there's definitely some other places that a couple times a year offer the opportunity to win $1 million, but we're the only place that gives you an opportunity to win $1 million 365 days a year.
So I'm looking at the chat. So there's a chat button for those of you who are watching. Renan Rocks says that he's out of money, but wants to still participate in some of these games. Is there an option for me? So we do have free contests from time to time. In fact, one of the contests that we've kept free is our Boom Live Trivia. We haven't run it for a few days. We basically ran it for a couple weeks. Learned a lot about what we need to improve on the tech side and on the production side, but we will be bringing that back, and that will be a completely free-to-play game where you can win cash prizes. So we will have some free contests coming up, and we hope to be a place where, for those of you who want to play for bigger sums of money, you can do that. For those of you who just want to play for free, you can do that too. So be on the lookout for those games.
Yeah, and I see Joel Pease in our chat as well. I want to congratulate him. I know since we've been on, he took down the Mighty Dollar Jackpot twice, 2 nights in a row. So it's to show you guys how easy this is.
I don't think it's that easy, but yeah, it can be done, right? Not only did he win it, he won it 2 nights in a row. In fact, I think he's won it 4 times.
I think he's at 4.
Joel, correct us if you're watching and we're wrong. But I think one thing that we're going to do, we're still figuring out where in the app it'll be. We're going to create a Hall of Fame, and I think winning the jackpot 2 nights in a row would get you in the Boom Hall of Fame. So be on the lookout for that. It's not on the way. We're not building it yet, but we're thinking about how to do it in the app, and that is a very impressive achievement.
That's definitely one of the more impressive achievements on the app we've ever had. But going back to those winners you talked about previously, Mr. G, the first night on the app, he entered the Mighty Dollar Jackpot and turned $1 into over $1,000. But Joel is one of our better players, and he's playing every day, so he's going to get better over time. But this is a game you can win on your first day. I mean, Mr. G will tell you it could be the first time you could have downloaded this app 20 minutes ago. You could be playing for the first time, and there's a real opportunity to turn $1 into over $1,900 today.
Yeah, I think what makes Boom great is, and oh, by the way, we're biased. We work for Boom. My name's Steve Murphy. I'm the CEO. This is Gary Bogdansky, he's head of operations for Boom. So biases aside, I think what's great about Boom is it's pretty simple to understand. I mean, you go in, you have some pretty basic choices. It's a pick'em game. You make some choices and then you go. Where some of these other salary cap sites, you're playing against pros who have software built for them. They've got algorithms that are helping them. They're looking into every game and every stat imaginable. It's damn near impossible to win. And I say that as someone who I'm a sports fan. I've played season-long fantasy sports, and some of these other platforms, you're at a huge disadvantage if you're not putting in 10 hours a day in research. And Boom, I think we have created a platform that's not like that, where, sure, if you do research, you'll be better prepared to play, but you have a realistic and reasonable chance of winning right from the get-go.
Yeah, I think on some of these other sites, you really have to spend 5 or 6 hours to even have a chance to win. I think on Boom, if you're doing 20 minutes of research in a day, that's really doing extensive research and kind of putting you at the top of the kind of potential leaderboard in terms of what you could do and the effort you could make to kind of see how things are going to work out. And we try and give you all that information right there. If on our stats questions at the bottom, we give you some season-long stats that are a blue bar. But if you click on that and expand, you're able to see more in-depth stats, like what the players have done in the last 5 games, and it really kind of gives you a good a baseline for what to expect for these players tonight.
By the way, I'm also reading in the chat, B. Haas, 1993. I recommend not doing the $2 progressive on a nightly basis. So B. Haas has been, I mean, you say that now, B. Haas, but if that 7 of 8 was an 8 of 8, I think you would have had a different story. But yes, B. Haas is also one of our one of our more popular. I'm laughing at Joel's comment too. One of our more popular $2 progressive, and $2 progressive is harder, so it's definitely harder than the Mighty Dollar Jackpot, no doubt about that. The way that contest works is you put up $2, you answer 8 questions. The lightning bolt questions in that question are a little bit easier. You don't need to hit them spot on. You just need to get them within the range for that day. And if you go 8 of 8, you win.
$30,000.
Yeah, you win effectively $30,000 of that jackpot. So it is a huge opportunity for $2. We've got a bunch of 7 of 8s, 4 or 5 7 of 8s now. No one has taken it since we launched it, but only a matter of time on that one.
Yeah, and the other great thing about that jackpot is if somebody does win on that day, everyone's going to win on that day. So we take 10% of that jackpot prize and divide it up among everybody else. So on an average day, if we have 50 or 100 people in that contest, just for playing that contest, if B-House wins or someone else wins, you're going to get $35-40 just for every entry you have in that day. So there's a chance you go to bed thinking you're 3 of 8 and lost, but you might wake up with some found money in your account.
That's right. So a bunch of changes to the app since we've last been on. We've got new jackpots. We have a new section of the app. We have new stats section for MLB. Let's start with the jackpots, Gary. So as of just, a couple hours ago?
Yes.
As of a couple hours ago, we launched 2 new jackpots. Tell us about them.
So the first one we added is we call it the Cinco. It's 99 cents, and you answer 5 questions. Steve previously mentioned that Mighty Dollar Jackpot is the most popular jackpot on our app, and I think there's no question that's true at this point. However, I do think this Cinco jackpot has the opportunity to eventually overtake the Mighty Dollar Jackpot. It's a very, very similar contest with just one more question. But that one more question is going to allow for even bigger prizes than the Mighty Dollar Jackpot. So where I think the Mighty Dollar Jackpot, people are winning once every couple days, this Cinco Jackpot might be every 1 to 2 weeks. So if we get a stretch where people get unlucky, I could see that jackpot getting to $3,000 or $4,000.
Yeah, for 99 cents. I mean, I think that's the key point. 99 cents to hopefully get a much an even larger prize than we've seen in the Mighty Dollar. But also a little bit different than the Mighty Dollar is we do give you money if you go 4 or 5. So Mighty Dollar, you got to go 4 or 4. As of right now, we don't give any prizes for 3 to 4. But the Cinco, even if you get one wrong, you double your money, correct?
Yeah, no. So it's a nice kind of I guess insurance blanket where if you don't get it, become close, you're still going to double your money and have the opportunity to kind of come back the next day without having to spend more money.
Yeah, so we're very excited about the Cinco. We seeded it with $250, so have at it. It should be a lot of fun to watch that grow. And again, it's a blend. It's a blend between the Mighty Dollar and some of our more difficult ones. We still expect people to hit this pretty often. Again, maybe not every week, but maybe every 10 days or something. So it'll still be regularly hit, but as a result of it being a little bit harder, we think those prizes are going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a fun one to watch, and kind of one of our hope is that we see that just the Mighty Dollar Jackpot it's a more fun contest for you guys when it's above $500 in a day. So we really hope that at all times, either the Mighty Dollar Jackpot or the Ocho Jackpot is above $500.
The Cinco!
I'm sorry, the Cinco. I apologize. I keep thinking about ESPN 8, the Ocho, and Dodgeball. But eventually I'll get to that in my head.
Maybe not.
We'll see.
We added a Boom TV section. So for those of you who are watching us, in fact, there are probably more people of you watching us not live, because you're watching this, what will eventually be in Boom TV, than are watching us live. But we're going to put a lot of our footage, a lot of our live streaming into Boom TV. We're actually going to do a lot of really cool things with Boom TV. We really want to build out our media and live streaming and video capabilities, and Boom TV will be the home of all that. So one thing we want to ask of you guys is if you guys have ideas for content, if there are things you want to see on the app, and really, be as creative as you possibly can. Send us those suggestions. Email it to us. Live chat it to us. Put it in the chat section of this app. We definitely want to know about them because we're starting to brainstorm what could be new show ideas in the coming weeks, and we will start to work on those.
And the other favor we're going to ask is in the Boom TV section of the app, you'll see a little dedicated bar for Jackpot Tonight. I want you to kind of click that subscribe button, which will give you notifications every time we go live. We have a little competition going on with the guys from Daily Fantasy Insider to see who can get more subscribers. So
that's right. Subscribe. Yeah, so we're going to do, so this is a good point. So we are going to be doing a lot more video content, right? Just across the board. We've got Boom Live Trivia. We've got Jackpot Tonight. We have the strategy show. We've had Dion and Juice, popular YouTube guys, do some videos for us. And we're going to be doing a lot more shows over the coming months. we can't send out a push notification every single time we post a new show across all these platforms. So it will start to be important for you guys to subscribe to the shows that you like. So if you like us, hit the subscribe button in Boom TV, as well as all of our other shows on the platform that you're interested in.
And if we get that to, what are we at now, Steve? How many subscribers do we have?
Let's check it out. We are at a lonely 28.
Oh man, if that's at by let's say 50 by Monday, we'll pick someone to win a $1 million jackpot entry.
Ooh, all right, yeah, I like that. So 50. We need 50 subscribers. Jackpot tonight. Boom TV section. Get her done. So yeah, I'm also looking at the chat here. Who is this? DCoop31. I'm so hyped, man. Love you guys. I love you too, DCoop.
We're glad to be back. We're going to start trying to do this more.
Yeah, for sure. And I hope the quality is a little bit better. We're doing this from our office. Better internet here. We've got a real microphone. We've got a camera that isn't on our laptops. Really upgrading it. So I hope the quality is better. Let us know in the chat if you notice a difference having us both in one place, because we really want to deliver top content to you guys. So definitely curious to hear that. Bihas, $2 progressive is going to be mine someday. Bihas, if I had to pick one of our current players that I think is going to win, I think it will be you, just because you've been so close. But it can be any of you. So we'll see how it plays out. One thing that we've always talked about, Gary and I have always talked about, is we think NBA playoffs are going to be a prime time for some of these higher stakes jackpots, especially when you get to Game 3, Game 4, Game 5 of these series. You really understand the players' tendencies. No one's ever sitting, so you don't have to worry about that. And we think that the playoffs will provide some prime opportunities for these big jackpots.
Yeah, no, last year in the NBA Finals, we had a couple people go 7 of 8, and we had a ton of 6 of 8. Just as this game goes on, when the Cavs are playing the Warriors, if LeBron did something in the first 5 games, there's a pretty good chance he's going to do it in the 6th game. So with more time and more experience, we do think the playoffs are going to be really exciting for these jackpots.
So it's Masters Thursday. We'd be remiss not to talk about the Masters before we call it a day. My boy Tiger Woods struggled a little bit early, but had a decent comeback toward the end. Finished +1. Survived. Not exactly in excellent shape, but okay day one. But Jordan Spieth, just getting it done. I think so. Spieth, I'm looking at it. He finished 6 under on the day, so he's got a 2-shot lead. Pretty amazing start to Spieth's Masters tournament. But I think the story of the day.
Yeah, without a doubt, is Sergio Garcia.
Sergio.
And his 13. I'm not sure what was it, hole number 12 or whatever hole it was. I'm pretty pumped about it. I feel like if I was out there, I'd be able to get like a 12 and beat him on that hole.
I think many of us would beat Sergio on one hole of the Masters. Hit it into the lake 5 straight times.
And not anybody, like the current Masters champion. I feel pretty confident that on this given day, I would beat him
on one hole.
Yes. And then get destroyed on the other ones.
Yeah, tough day for Sergio. Other sections of the app worth checking out. What I checked out recently? I checked out the Boom rankings. You can get that through the lobby. And Joel making a bit of a headway on those rankings. He's up to number 2. Peter, who I think Peter's been number 1 since we launched the rankings. Has he ever slipped out of the 1 spot?
I don't believe so. Maybe on the monthly, but the overall he's been up there. Peter's probably one of our more consistent players across all 3. We have 3 different types of leaderboards. We have a jackpot leaderboard. We have a heads-up leaderboard. We have a tournament leaderboard, which means contest with 3 or more players in it. And Peter plays all 3 of those, and he does well in all 3 of those. So with that, doing well in all 3 of those leaderboards really just leads to a situation where he's number 1 overall. Yeah,
Peter's won $10,000 in a single contest. We've had people win $40,000 in a single contest. So for the big finals events, so like NBA finals, we'll likely do another big tournament. So for those of you who are looking for the top 20% structure, we do those contests occasionally. We do some of those contests in a big way occasionally. Expect to see a couple of those during the playoffs. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, and one jackpot we did not talk about tonight was the new high roller jackpot. This is definitely not going to be for everybody, but I kind of had it in mind for on days when the $1 million jackpot is smaller and it's just kind of getting started out again after someone previously won. But So it's $50 to join. It's the high roller. It's definitely not going to be for everybody. But if you do go 4-4 in that contest, you win $5,000. It's the same picks as the Mighty Dollar Jackpot too. So if there's a day where you're like, man, I really feel good about my picks, that might be the day to enter the high roller jackpot.
So I'm not gonna lie, I think this would be out of my price range as a player. I think Gary, back when you were in your fantasy and poker days, I could see you entering a contest like this when you're more confident. So yeah, this contest is certainly not for everyone. It's called the high roller for a reason. But for those of you who just want a shot at it, a shot at $5,000, and by the way, that jackpot will go up if nobody hits it. It is compelling, right? It's compelling to be able to say, especially because, I think one thing we've seen is the Mighty Dollar Jackpot is hittable, right? People win regularly. And again, super exciting tonight because no one has hit it for about a week and it's gotten pretty high. But people hit it pretty often. And so you guys have a sense of how doable it is. And so the chance to take those exact same questions, ratchet up the price, and play for really, a big sum of money, could be very appealing to the right kinds of people.
For sure. And there's some of those days with injuries where it becomes even more likely to win. So I expect people to kind of keep an eye on that and take advantage on days when they really feel good about their picks.
Let's check the chat room before we wrap up. But yeah, it's great to be back. By the way, I know it's been a couple weeks. For the last 4 or 5 straight nights, Gary and I were like, all right, let's do a Jackpot Tonight episode tonight, and we don't have children together, but we each have 2 children, and I'm telling you, it is just like I have been vomited on like 30 times this week. So it's been difficult to do them late night.
We want Jackpot Tonight. We know you want Jackpot Tonight, but the kids don't always want Jackpot Tonight.
No. My 2-year-old does not like Jackpot Tonight.
And the wife never wants Jackpot Tonight.
the wives never want Jackpot Tonight. That is a true statement. So we're doing a little bit earlier to make sure that we at least do one. But we'll look to do them sometimes late night too. I know that's a better time for a lot of you guys. And it's also when the action is, right? It's when we're really sweating the contests. So we're definitely going to be doing more of these. We really enjoy doing them. And I'm laughing a little bit. I'm checking the chat room before we wrap it up. Joel, he done throw the L word out there. Don't give D Coop a hard time. There's lots of love going around at Boom. Lots of love for everyone. So go easy on him, Joel. Joel, I'm curious to see. By the way, yeah, if anyone's a top contender for the Mighty Dollar tonight, it will be Joel. Joel is our biggest winner. He's won 4. I think he said he's won 4 of the Mighty Dollar and 1 of the $2. Yeah, 4 Mighty Dollar and 1 double. So Joel certainly has a method to the madness for those of you who are looking to get better at the Mighty Dollar Jackpot. Check out Joel's picks when he's in the leaderboard. See what he does, because I think it's probably a good idea to start to get some strategy, or just reach out to him and ask. Because yeah, this is definitely, I think for some people who are super new, they're just like, how skillful is this? And for the players who have been there a while, they know this definitely does have some nuance to it, and so you get better with time, you get better with strategy, and so it's definitely worth spending the time to try to figure out these questions in a deeper way.
For sure. And the last thing I want to ask you guys to do is check out the new profile section, and we have some spots for you to fill out your favorite team, your favorite athlete, as well as your favorite sports moment. We're enjoying just kind of reading them and hearing about your lives and your favorite teams. I always get excited when I see someone put the Yankees or Giants as their favorite team, and I'm sure Steve gets excited when he sees a Mets fan. I'm not sure.
I saw one Mets fan. I forget what his handle is now, but his favorite sports moment was the '86 Mets winning the World Series, and he lived in Boston, which I was like, all right, that guy probably doesn't have many friends in Boston, but it was a good moment to see. So yeah, fill that stuff out. We're gonna be doing a lot of stuff like that. Again, we're really thinking about how to really double down on sports moments, right? The gaming stuff is fun, and we're going to continue to. We've got some new gameplay ideas that we think will be crazy awesome, but we're also going to build out some community features that really highlight some of the top sports moments, both for you personally as well as just for as fans. And so we're going to do a lot of cool stuff in that domain in the months ahead as well.
Yeah, for sure. And good luck to everyone tonight in these contests that are already ongoing. And I think we still have 2 more NBA slates tonight. One is ending in 45 minutes, and then we have a later one tonight. So take a shot at those and kind of let us know how your picks are doing in the water cooler.
Yeah, I mean, I would be shocked if the Mighty Dollar Jackpot survives another day. I think tonight is likely going to be the night it gets done. So 45 minutes before the NBA Thursday slate closes, get your picks in. Almost $2,000 up for the taking. And so good luck to all our players out there. We will see you guys soon.
Sounds good. Have a good night, guys.